Good morning, Wyverns. I am speaking to you from a very quiet office in a very quiet and empty Nicholson building on a very quiet and empty campus here at KO. It is eerie. I'm used to hearing the sounds of laughter and running around by our middle schoolers in the courtyard outside and watching the seniors play on the senior green. As parents, we've had to adjust to this at our house as well, as four boys are sprawled across the house in different locations, engaged in online learning, solving math problems, discussing literature with their classmates, and working on an engineering project. It seems as if business as usual, but of course, this is anything but usual for all of us, and we're all adjusting to this new normal. I'm so proud and thankful, though, to be part of the KO community at this difficult time. I want to thank our parents who have shown such patience and understanding as we have worked to move a school from a campus setting to an online setting. I know how challenging it is for you at home as well. And I know that you too are probably working from home and engaged in childcare at the same time. So I thank you for your ongoing support as we get through this together. To our students, I'm so proud of the strength and resilience that you've shown so far. I know you're disappointed not getting to see your friends in person, and I want to encourage you to keep being strong and keep being resilient and work hard on your online classes. It's helpful to engage in something that you can control. And right now, that is something that you can control. To our faculty, I'm so thankful and I'm in awe of the work that you've done to help get us where we are right now. It is no small task to move your courses from a classroom setting to your kitchen tables. And I know how much work you did over the spring break, and I saw how positive and energetic you were during our Zoom PD day on March 23rd. I mostly loved seeing how you continued to keep the students in mind first, their social emotional health, and crafting a wonderful schedule, but also making sure that you're developing challenging classes for them online, challenging and where they're deeply engaged as well. Our goal in the coming weeks is that we're not just moving classes online, but we're moving school online. I think one of the great hallmarks of Kingswood Oxford is the intimacy of our community, and we want to move that community online too. So in the coming weeks, you'll see increasing opportunities for students to be engaged with each other, for parents to connect with one another. We expect to have student life up and running, clubs, even athletics. College counseling will have check-ins and webinars for parents. So we will be an online school, not just having online classes. And I think it's important that everyone understands that. And for our families, I want you to know that this is a resource for you too. As far as when we can come back to school, I can tell everyone right now it certainly is not April 6th. We are going to abide by the guidelines of the governor's office and the state health officials and the CDC and the WHO. Governor Lamont came out with an executive order a couple of days ago that said that at the earliest, public schools would be able to return by April 20th. And he asked that the private schools follow suit. And so we are going to do that. However, I think it's important to note that the governor also said that in his opinion, he thinks it's most likely that classes on campus will not be able to happen until the fall of 2020. I believe it's very important that all of us in the KO community embrace that or accept that as a real possibility, and that we put ourselves in a frame of mind where we understand that that could be the case. When I paint that worst case scenario, I think first to our seniors. You seniors, you great class of 2020, and how disappointing this must be for you above all. I know how hard you have worked to get to this point, and how much you've been looking forward to returning to this campus, to play on the senior green, to participate in your favorite sport, to have those last final weeks to connect in person with your friends before going off to college, and to enjoy the many fun end of the year traditions for seniors. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know if we will be able to come back, but regardless of what happens, I can assure you that we are going to find a way, a time, and a place to celebrate you and to honor the great work that you've done. I think that you will be a very special class, a storied class, and I actually think that you will become a closer class because of this crisis. And I encourage all of you to show that resilience and that strength as we move forward. Our school motto is "One conquers by conquering oneself." And I think it's important that all of us think about that as we wrestle through these difficult challenges and these disappointments. I encourage you to conquer the disappointment that you're experiencing or that you're feeling right now. It will be good not only for you in the coming weeks, but I think that'll be very important for you to learn as you deal with anything that life throws at you in the future as well. I also want us to focus on one of our core values in the coming weeks, which is care beyond self. I'm going to ask all of us to think about how can we care for each other? How can we support each other during these times? Perhaps in your neighborhood, there's an elderly person that you could shop for who really should be sheltering in place. Perhaps you could bring a dinner over to a family that's going through a crisis. I encourage all of us to support our local businesses. We all know how challenging this is and how many people are suffering out there right now. Commit to getting takeout at least once a week from your favorite restaurant if you can. We're doing that with Sally and Bob's here in West Hartford, and have committed to doing that once a week for breakfast. So I encourage all of us to continue to be strong and to care beyond ourselves as our motto and our core values ask of us. I want to thank also the wyverns who are involved in the medical profession. You all are in the trenches on the front line fighting this virus. The nurses, the doctors, the hospital administrators who are among us. And we are so thankful for you, and you are our heroes, and you will continue to be in our thoughts and prayers in the days ahead. I want to close by just saying that, remind everyone that Kingswood Oxford has been around for over 110 years, has been an important community bedrock, and we will continue to be so. We've lived through a number of crises over those 110 years, from the Spanish flu of 1918, the First and Second World Wars, the Vietnam War. We've suffered through a Great Recession in 2008 and 9, and the terrible event of 9/11. And after all of those events, the school came back stronger and more together than before. And I'm confident that this community will do so at the end of this as well. So I thank you for your support. I thank you for your patience. And I want to remind everyone that we are here as a resource for all of you. I can't wait to see everyone in person, hopefully soon. And I ask you to be well. Go Wyverns.